You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, just sitting on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon, and today I'm coming back at you with a new Let's Play episode of Wayfinder. But this time, though, I am running a version that is not released to the public yet, courtesy of Lavan himself. And this has an entirely new intro and apparently new art assets as well. So I believe this is going to be a fresh from the start run because everything has been basically redesigned. It's not as long as the other version of Wayfinder, so it has a little less content, but I'm interested in delving into it anyway. So let's go ahead and jump in. I think this will be like a new run. Alright, alarm chain, you are up, and let's go! Prologue, an autumn day. It's always that day. The boy and his father were finally relaxing at the small campsite. The therapist had suggested a camping trip to help them bond a bit and help take their minds off of the upcoming date, a troubling one for their family of three. The boy wished all of them could have gone together. Unfortunately, fate had other plans. So it was just the boy and his father that day. There were cloudy skies overhead with a small chill to the wind, with the sound of rain not too far off. It looks like rain, his father had said, or at least the boy thought he had said something of the sort as he took in the wet, earthy smell. Their campsite overlooked a large forest, lush and expansive. Deciduous trees adorned the land as far as the eye could see, many birds flitting here and there, and the unmistakable visage of raccoons and squirrels foraging in the brush below. The trek up to the mountain was almost worth it for the view alone. The boy nodded along to his father's tales of days long gone, half present at the rest of his mind as the rest of his mind wandered the forest. His mind had him gliding through trees alongside his bird friends, chattering here and there to one another about hiding from the weather, finding food, and when they'd all fly toward warmer skies. It was one of those fleeting moments of contentment, a rare thing to come by in a way, yet as refreshing as a seaside tide spray on a sweltering summer's day. Had the boy known then what sort of tragedy was to befall him, would he instead have listened further to his father's tales? Tales of the friend his father had saved from embarrassment years ago, of the way his father had proposed to his mother, or the elopement where that same friend stood as their witness. In times of great sadness or in times of dreadful loneliness, the boy will come to ask himself if things are as bad as that day. That day, the boy's worst day, now seems just a stray thought away. Yet his sorrow and regrets always bring him back to this day, and this moment of contentment, where stories of his father and mother blur into daydreams of flying, where he'd always find a small, temporary sanctuary away from grief. The splattering of rain touched the boy's hand, snapping him from his daydreams. Wayfinder. There we go. Coffee time. A crisp autumn breeze cuts through the trees above my head as I enter the large park that bisects the center of the city. I trek on through a familiar path heading home to my apartment, carrying my backpack by hand at my side. The sun, now starting to set over the skyline with which I've grown accustomed to in the last 2 months, offers just enough warmth to avoid being cold. I pull my jacket tighter to keep my own warmth within and heave my backpack onto my shoulder. It's only a half mile from one side of the park to the other. I usually take my bike, but I got a flat the other day and haven't made time to get a replacement or patch it up. Being daylight and with plenty of other people, the 20-mile walk through the park shouldn't be so bad. It's really only during the nighttime that I have to worry, and it's already bad enough living alone in a big city. Walking alone at night in a big city is even worse. I come across an open space with a few trees surrounded by boundless mums, my favorite flower. I don't remember anyone planting these here, and I don't think they were here the last time I came through, but I could be mistaken. My mind begins to feel clouded, my eyes start to feel heavy, so I move toward a bench sitting just beneath one of the trees. I see the mums in the tree. Then I don't see the mums, or the tree. I feel a drowsiness overtake me and decide to rest on the bench until it passes. After a few minutes, I close my eyes to listen to the birds call, the leaves in the trees rustling above. A jolt inside my chest awakens me with a shake, and I sit up clutching my chest. Shit! I dozed off! Oh, in the park. Oh, so that's why I was in the park. The sky has long since darkened. I stand up and try to gain my bearings. The mums are gone. Grabbing my bag off of the floor and looking around to find the path I trailed off of to sit under the tree in the first place. I see the direction I need to take to get home and begin my trek. I shudder as a gust of cold wind caresses my face and hands. I should have brought a heavy coat instead of a light jacket, but hindsight and all that. As I'm walking, I hear a set of footsteps behind my own, matching my pace but obviously trying to be quiet. I pick up my pace a bit as I start to feel some strange sensation tingling at the back of my neck. It's as if someone's hand were right behind my neck. It's not quite touching me, but close enough to feel. I know whoever's behind me isn't that close. I'd feel it, wouldn't I? After a few moments, I hear it. Just barely louder than my own footsteps, but definitely clear enough to tell me I should be worried. Click. That sound. I've heard it before. Not as soft as a pin, but pretty close. For some reason, my body is telling me to run, so I do. I run as fast as I can, but I hear the footsteps behind me, maybe 10 feet back and gaining on me. I'm too close to the exit to give up now. But then, just like that, I felt it. A feeling of safety. Something kind and with good intentions. A strange, guttural growl rings out from behind me alongside a horrified scream. I turn around while running, now expecting some nightmarish monstrosity to be shambling after me. But there's no one. Nothing. The light of the lampposts along the trail on which I had been fleeing illuminates the area around me just enough to see within maybe 5 yards of the trail on either side. I could see most of the trail all the way back to the tree I had woken up from not 5 minutes before. Panting from the exercise, I look all around and see no others in the vicinity. I swallow my anxiety and fear and turn to leave the park, shrugging. Ugh, I guess it was some sort of prank or something. People are assholes. I pull out my phone and realize my mom has tried to call me. My phone is on silent. I dial her number just as I feel a few drops of rain touch my skin. I'm still a bit shaky, but glad nothing worse happened. I take my umbrella out of my bag and open it as I lift the phone in my ear, draping my bag over my shoulder. Bubbly motherly voice. Hello, sweetie. Is everything all right? You didn't answer. Hey, Mom. Something strange just happened. I began to walk to the exit nearby. I walk up to the student housing building hurriedly, my damp backpack hanging over the shoulder of the arm I'm using to hold my umbrella. My other hand is holding my phone to my ear, listening carefully over the sound of rain as I try to open the door. Realizing it's locked, I reach my lanyard over to the door to scan it for entry. Of course it doesn't read. Ugh! Stinking scanners! I repeatedly scan the card until... Finally, the scanner reads my card and the door unlocks. I enter the building and shake off my umbrella as I close the door behind me. I ascend the stairs to the 3rd floor and reach my apartment. My mom's voice comes through over the phone again as I fumble in my pocket for my keys. Of course, as soon as I manage to get things out of my pocket, I drop them. Oh, fuck off! Excuse me, did I hear you right? I bend down to pick them up, laughing at my clumsiness, a perfect cap-off to my frustrating day. Not you, Mom. I dropped my keys. One sec. Got 'em. As I rise, I feel the top of my head hitting the doorknob. Ow! I sigh, raising my hand to hold the door, steady myself. Look over at the nameplate on the door. There's a smudge where my first name is, so I wipe it off. What was that, Finn? Did you hit your head again? Maybe. She knows me too well. After finally getting the key in the lock, I unlock the door and open it, turning on the lights. So, are you sure you're okay and don't need me to come down there to get you? I'm fine, Mom. I just got my apartment. Yes, I am locking the door behind me. I knew she'd ask, so I'd figure I'd answer beforehand. Okay, just make sure you look... She realizes I also know her too well and laughs. I look past my kitchen and living room area and stop just outside my open bedroom door. Finn, you are going to be here this weekend, aren't you? It'll be your father's birthday. I sigh, realizing the date. I walk in past the living space to the bedroom I picked out. I don't even bother with the lights since it's almost always too dim anyway. It's not that dark anyway, with the light from the city coming in through the window and my computer screen being on. Of course, Mom. I wouldn't let you handle all that without me. Thankfully, it's on a Sunday, and I don't have classes till Tuesday at noon next week, so you don't have to worry about anything. I'll be there. I Can't wait to see you again. It's been such a stressful semester so far. I can't wait to see you either. I miss you so much. I see my fluffy gray-furred cat Linus tapping the window with his paw. I miss you more. Gotta go, Mom. I need to study and convince Linus that it's too rainy to go out. My mom laughs, probably louder than she meant to. She's already had a few glasses of wine, it seems. Okay then, Finn. You be good now. I love you. I love you too, Mom. Have a good night over there. I hang up the phone, pocketing it. Dropping my bag off near my bed, I walk up to the pleading feline and pat him on the head. Ignoring the attention, he meows at the window. Liney whiny. Still raining, you goofball. You'll get sick. Of course, the rain stops at that moment. Linus 1, Finn 0. I sigh, reaching over and moving back the curtains. Then I open the window to the fire escape. I lean out for a moment, taking in the sounds of the city as Linus meows to be let through. The cool breeze gently pushes through my curtains. It's almost enough to forget how horrible my day has been so far. Almost. I sigh and move backward to pet Linus. Linus hops up onto the window frame and outside immediately as I pull back from the window. Nice to see you too. I move back over to my bed and bag on the floor next to it. Leaning on the frame at the foot of the bed, I think back to earlier in the day. It's been a frustrating day to be sure, even before I dropped my keys and hit my head. Forgetting to upload my share of a group assignment to my class showing my mobile pay app not working and causing me to hold up a line. There's also what happened at the park, but I don't even want to think about that. I shrug it off and lean down, taking my notebook and textbook out of my bag and placing them on the foot of the bed. It's time to buckle down and study. That history midterm isn't going to pass itself after all. I pull my noise-canceling headphones out of my bag, walking over to my desk, plugging them into my laptop. Opening my browser, I scroll through my playlist on a music site. I find a good one for studying. So you know. Coffee time! Alright. After finding one, I pull my laptop off my desk and move back to sit on the foot of the bed. Focusing on the screen, I nudge myself a few feet backward to sit in the middle, cross-legged. After about a half hour of studying, I start to feel a bit drowsy. I've been noticing a faint scent, not unpleasant and sort of enticing, that dances around my nostrils after each warm breeze comes in from the window. Looks like evergreen trees in rain. I lean back in my mess of pillows, finding them surprisingly warm and sturdy. Probably shouldn't lie back like this. My lower back is gonna hate me. I feel strangely comfortable, safe even. As I'm reading my textbook, I realize this feeling of safety has been with me for a while. Probably since after the park. I spend another few minutes reading. I feel like I'm lying on a boat that's rocking on the water. Shit, I dozed off again. The way I'm lying back probably didn't help. I snap up quickly, rubbing the sleep from my eyes. Damn it, how long did I fall asleep for? I looked down at my laptop's clock. 12:30 a.m.? I was out for almost an hour. I need some tea. I can't fall asleep until I at least read this chapter and finish this module. I get up to head out of my room to the small kitchen. My tea, finally ready, tastes delicious, and I take a moment to sip it, leaning against the counter for a minute. I watch a small gnat flying around the trash can and scoff. Damn it, I forgot to take the trash out again. But better get that in the morning. I feel the weary spell wearing off, and hear the click of the kettle finishing its job. I pour the hot water into the cup slowly, putting a few spoonfuls of sugar in and stirring a bit as the water rises. Once finished, I walk back into my room, looking at the floor as I walk and taking a sip. I close and lock the bedroom door behind me and set the mug down on my desk. I lift my sweater up to remove it, pulling my undershirt up with it a bit. Alright, there he is, his new redesign. Nice. Alright, I'm going to pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!